So this guy Levi makes a video like this guy was the most influential classical guitarist to ever do it. He's been playing for like 90 years, etc. So I simply say time has zero bearing on skill. None whatsoever. It's an illusion and false correlation. A 14-year-old who has been playing with focused practice can gain 50 years of experience in 2 years, ask me how I know, and someone who's 50 can be playing for 40 years and never get past 2 years experience because they don't focus on practice. So once again reiterating, focused practice, not practice and not a bunch of decades playing. It doesn't automatically mean skill. Time and skill is not automatically connected and linear. It's just not connected. It's a false correlation. It's a false equivalency. So he goes, nice assertion. Not an assertion, just a fact. I challenge you to tell me then where I'm wrong. Read what I wrote sincerely and tell me where I'm wrong and how they're not facts. Because they don't focus on practice. So, time practicing, yes. No, Levi, no. You just saying it again isn't going to change the facts. You're trying to appear smart, but I can assure you, you're not. But if you want to take the chance to prove me wrong, I'll give you the chance. And if you can, I'll delete my whole channel. Another false confidence reversal tactic. Find me someone who has played the guitar for 10 minutes who can play like someone who has played for 10 years. False correlation comparison. This is like an empty dead air challenge. Just a big distraction, red herring. A straw man, you can't. Why? Because time is a non-zero factor. Not, quote, zero bearing and none whatsoever. He's the one that thinks he's smart. Look at this. You're a clown. Not an assertion, just a fact. When you literally just asserted something as fact. So now he's projecting and he's telling me I'm doing what he just did in front of you. Like, look at what he's saying. Find me someone who's played the guitar for 10 minutes who can play like someone who has played for 10 years. That's not even relevant to anything I was saying. This is what they do. They build a straw man over here and tear it down. They misrepresent what you said to build a straw man that you never said and tear it down so they look like they won an argument. But it's like not even what I said. It's not even close to the same thing. This is what these guys do, dude. So he just projected what he's doing as if I did it and then denying that he did it. Right. This is classical textbook, but I just think I'm smart. But he can assure me I'm not. He can assure me because I'm sure his distractions and deflections and diversions and misdirections are penetrating me, right? And it's just going fine. And boy, you got me. Right. Let's just assume it. So I said, insults calling me a clown and reversal tactics trying to get me to prove you wrong. Right, just pathetic reversal attempts. I asked you a question, and you failed to answer it and are trying to use a misdirection. I asked you a fucking question. I'm, quote, trying to sound smart. Really? That's what you're going with? That's all you got? Pathetic. I challenge you to say how what I said is wrong, and you didn't. You're trying to flip the burden of proof on me when I asked you a question. You're the one that thinks they're smart with the diversion tactics. And even if what you said is true, which it's not, even assuming the hypothetical, like a ZF music experiment, I always do this, even if what you said is true, that's only one context and one situation, which isn't relevant to what I said, and you still haven't backed up what you said. He's trying to speed past it, like with his smart tactics and shit, with his smart, wise fucking ass comment. Even if what you said is true, that's only one situation and one context of it, and you still haven't backed up what you originally said about it being an assertion by answering what I asked. So you still haven't answered what I asked and backed up what you said about how is it just an assertion? Tell me specifically where I'm wrong. And he failed. He didn't. It's just, you're a clown. It's just a fat little kid, Levi Clay, the 5-year-old throwing rocks because he has no answers. Okay, again, a 50-year-old who's been playing for 40 years can be 2 years skilled because they didn't focus on a specific area. They just thought they were practicing and they fart around. How often do you see that? It's a common human problem. But people just there's all the distractions in the world, right? So like, just because you've been playing 50 years doesn't mean you're 50 years good. That's what I'm saying, because it's not connected. It's not automatically linear and connected to time. It's what you're doing in that time, Jerkoff. Oh, well, 50 years of not practicing is not time. Like, it's not skill, because you're not practicing, you're not doing anything, and even when you're practicing, it's not focused. So, like, you're not practicing. You think you're practicing, but you're distracted farting around. So, again, a 50-year-old who's been playing for 40 years can only be 2 years skilled because they didn't focus on a specific area. So what are you practicing? And a 14-year-old who does nothing but practice for 2 years can achieve 50 years of progress. That's what I originally said, word for word, that he failed to address, right? And name called. Because, again, this is because time is not connected to skill. Not automatically. It's how and what you practice in that time. It's not just, I've been playing for 50 years. That doesn't mean anything. What have you been playing in 50? That's what I'm saying. Playing for 50 years does not equal practicing for 50 years. And even practicing for 50 years is often distracting. It's what you're focused on, what area you're trying to address in your playing. That's a weak spot that you directly target, and now you raise the bar higher. You only have to focus on the weak part. And now you automatically raise the bar higher without actually looking at your strengths. You can just raise the bar higher on the weaknesses. That's what's automatic. You're focusing. That's what's automatic. Again, it's how and what you practice. And even if someone does nothing but practice for 20 years, they won't increase their skills if it's not focused practice. Just dicking around is not practicing. That's why it's not just, quote, practicing, because they're not actually practicing and just think they're practicing. I've covered every possible angle to this and answered them for you since you failed the challenge and showed toddler-level maturity name-calling because you have no fucking answers. Calling me a clown doesn't magically change the facts I presented. You have a long way to go in the way of responsible content creation and displaying character anywhere, and seem to just want an echo chamber of agreeance and external validation, not thinking or the actual facts involved, like how time is not automatically connected to progress. You guys always do this. You have no fucking answers and just name call like a fat little kid. Like this fat little kid. Yup, you're a clown. Is gonna magic genie's lamp fucking change the facts involved. A little fat fucking kid that never grew up. I can name call too, dude. And you're just handing me the keys and the ammo in the rope. You're not answering. They always do this shit, dude. This is textbook clinical abuse. This is textbook clinical narcissistic abuse straight out of a textbook. All the toxic stuff, all the gaslighting, all the roundabout misdirection tactics. Like, let me build a straw man and a red herring and a canary in the barn and the fucking bird in the cave. Like, over here, twisting and mangling an abomination of what you said into some other thing that I can make fit my little understanding. I'm going to twist and Frankenstein what you said into this other thing. Now I can make it look like I answered it. The classical fucking straw man. Yup, Levi Clay, the overgrown fucking 5-year-old. You're a clown. Right. So how is that addressing how time's not automatically connected to progress? Tell me how I'm the Jerkoff descending down into the fucking echo chamber, being a big meanie, right? Like, I already know where this is going. Do you think, like, anything I was going to say was going to make him go, yeah, you know, that makes sense, and that's pretty insightful. I'll have to think about that. That's an interesting point of contention. That's a fascinating thought experiment. That's a, you know, intriguing topic to think about. Or is it, you're a fucking clown, you're dumb. Yup, I'm dumb because I'm not just giving you validation about shit that's wrong. A straw man is a logical fallacy, which is what I said, where someone distorts, exaggerates, or misrepresents an opponent's actual position. They then attack this fake, easily defeated straw man rather than addressing the real argument, creating the illusion that they successfully refuted the original point. Like, come on. How the straw man works, the pattern typically follows these steps. The original claim, the distortion, misrepresents or takes it to an extreme or absurd level. They refute the extreme version. Why people use it, often done intentionally in political debates or online arguments to score easy points. It can also happen unintentionally through miscommunication or misunderstanding, but, you know, we know he's a fucking jerk-off by now. It appeals to the arguer because challenging a cartoonish, exaggerated version of a claim is much easier than engaging with the nuanced reality. How to spot it, keep an eye out for phrases where your opponent frames your argument. You know what I'm saying? Or what you really want is, what I'm saying is, I know what they really want is an external validation mill. Like, meaning everything would have been fine if I was just like, yo, this is an amazing video, man, of wrong information. Man, this is friggin' awesome, man. Then everything would have been fine, right? But it's not, because you introduced thinking, God forbid. So I strawmanned his strawman and just brought it back to the point. To counter it, you simply need to clearly restate your original position and point out the discrepancy. Oh, you're a fat clown, overgrown 5-year-old that's misdirecting and still non-answering everything because you're embarrassed and a scumbag with no fucking answers. A straw man fallacy is the informal fallacy of refuting an argument different from the one actually under discussion while not recognizing or acknowledging the distinction. Yup, so I said it before I looked this up. Like I said, he lives in logical fallacies, intellectual cul-de-sac pitfalls, and fucking illusions. Like, it's an illusion that playing for 50 years means you're 50 years skilled. So somebody dicking around for 50 years and not focusing or practicing, explain that to me, how they're not any better on the instrument. How then? Because I'm a clown, or it's because they didn't focus? Or like, you already know where this is going. Like, it's just classic. It's just every day, dude. These insecure fucking guys in music that need people to fucking fill them up and inflate them all the time and validate their identity. I'm not smart, even though I know doctor-level psychology, because a mental abuser is like this. You see what I mean? And I was driven to, like, learn it. You know what I mean? Yup, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't have the intellectual capacity to understand what I'm saying, almost word for word, before I look it up. I'm just saying, like, I know everything he's doing. The bottom line is, I said, tell me then how what I'm saying is wrong. Not like, give me this sugar-coated fluff about this whole other thing about playing for 10 minutes. So he brings it to the extreme, which isn't what I said. Yeah, obviously, somebody playing for 10 minutes isn't going to match somebody playing for 10 years. Who the fuck said that? You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying that he's doing. That's not even within the same stratosphere of what I said. It's not in the same continent or galaxy of anything I said. Tell me how what I said is wrong. That you could be playing for 50 years and only be... I see it every day in the music theory groups with the toxic elitists. I've been playing for 60 years and I'm 75. So why do you play like a teenager that's been playing for 5 years? Can you explain that to me? Tell me how that's incorrect. when I see it every day. He's a fuck. Levi Clay is a fucking jerk-off. Like, every single day, these guys laugh with themselves in the chair, like, thinking they're funny and trying to convince themselves, laughing and weaponized humor and sarcasm and what they think is sharp, witty jokes is not addressing the facts. You're just joking with yourself in the chair. Like, okay, let me just reiterate the question since that didn't penetrate me. Like, and it's pathetic. Like, and they just all ha ha ha, haughty with themselves, laughing at their own joke like a real tool bag, dude. Come on, man. So it hit me in the chest and flopped to the ground like a potato. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So, like, can you answer my question? Or you want to play your little mind games? You know what I'm like he really thought that was going to work. And like I said, it was going to penetrate me and I was going to feel all foolish now. So, yeah, like, can you answer the question I asked again? Prove me wrong. I'll give you the chance. And if you can, I'll delete my whole channel. Yeah, this is like when Jeff Cavalier from Athlean X used fake weights in a video and they completely fucking blew it wide open and exposed it. And he was trying to lead with that against Greg Doucette, like, oh, well, I'll take any drug test you want, and what flights do you prefer? And, you know, with that whole false arrogant thing, dude, but those fucking drug abusers don't understand that passing a drug test doesn't mean you don't take steroids. It means you know how to pass the drug test and nothing else, because they take the short compounds that act quick and are in and out of your system quick. All he has to do is stop, and 3 days later when he's on the plane, it's out of his system, and he'll come up clean. So intelligently understanding how to bunk a drug test and passing it with a false negative does not mean you didn't take the drugs. But this is the shit they do with the overconfident, overcompensating. And but like everybody knows you use a fake weight. Everybody knows that he's not natural. But this is like how they answer. Oh, I'll pay for your whole flight and I'll eat my hat and I'll delete my whole channel and shit because I got skin in the game. That's like the greatest non-answer politician shit I've ever seen.